What if everything you were taught about wealth was already obsolete? The factory, the land, the physical asset. For centuries, these were the foundations of power. But right now, silently, structurally, irreversibly, the entire architecture of global value is being rebuilt from the ground up. This is not a trend. This is not speculation. This is a systemic shift, reshaping macroeconomics, technology, and societies all at once. Welcome to the new architecture of value. The $100 trillion value shift, from physical to intellectual. Let us start with a number that should stop you cold. $100 trillion. That is the total global value of corporate intangible assets today, in 2025. But here is what makes that figure truly staggering. In 1975, intangible assets made up just 17% of the S&P 500's market value. Today, that number is 90%. In 50 years, we've flipped the entire foundation of corporate wealth, from machines and buildings to ideas, data, and brand. And the companies leading economic growth? They invest 2.6 times more in intangibles than their slower-growing competitors, building proprietary moats through relentless test-and-learn cultures. The message is clear. In the new economy, your most valuable assets cannot be touched. Measuring the invisible, the data valuation framework. But if intangibles are now the dominant form of wealth, how do we actually measure something we cannot see? This is the central challenge and the breakthrough of the data valuation framework. Data, the framework argues, is not a common value asset like money. It is a private value asset, highly elastic. Its worth depends entirely on what you do with it. Its primary function? Reducing deadweight business risk. There are 4 ways to measure this invisible value. First, the cost approach. What discount does a firm offer consumers in exchange for their personal data? That implied exchange reveals data's market price. Second, choice covariance, measuring how strongly a firm's specific decisions correlate with better payoffs when driven by data. Third, the revenue approach, valuing data by its power to improve risk-adjusted returns specifically by minimizing the variance of investment outcomes. And fourth, the value function, a macro capital model that tracks how raw data accumulates into structured knowledge and how that knowledge depreciates over time, governed by Bayes' law. Data is not just information. Data is capital. The liquidity engine, tokenization mechanics. Now, if data and intangibles are the new raw material of wealth, the next question becomes, how do you make that wealth flow? The answer is tokenization. Tokenization is the fusion of data and computation, representing asset ownership on a shared ledger, using rules-based smart contracts for automated value transfer. Think of it this way. You have a real-world asset locked away in a legacy custodian, illiquid, inaccessible, slow. Tokenization runs that asset through a smart contract protocol, and out the other side emerges a digital twin living on a multi-party shared ledger, able to interact instantly with the global financial system. This creates 2 powerful models: asset-backed tokenization, where the legacy asset stays off-chain, and a digital pointer is minted on-chain as its representative, and native tokenization, where the financial instrument is born directly on the blockchain, existing solely as a smart contract token from day one. The result: illiquid assets become liquid. Inaccessible markets become open, and value moves at the speed of code. Harmonizing the portfolio, legacy versus tokenized wealth. For decades, traditional portfolio management has been plagued by friction. Public and private assets kept in separate silos, data that requires costly, time-consuming reconciliations. Portfolio rebalancing done manually in batches with slow settlement times, and a split between portfolio managers and operations teams that creates constant delay. Now imagine the tokenized alternative. Asset classes become agnostic real-world assets, and digital assets harmonize seamlessly. Data architecture shifts from siloed to a multi-party, single-source shared ledger. Portfolio rebalancing becomes real-time and fully automated. And the execution role, once split across departments, collapses into a single programmatic smart contract action. This is not an upgrade. This is a complete architectural replacement. Anatomy of an automated transaction, the JPM Apollo POC. This is not theoretical. JPMorgan and Apollo recently ran a proof of concept that demonstrated exactly what automated tokenized finance looks like in practice. Here is how it works in 5 steps. Step 1. An investor's portfolio smart contract calculates the rebalancing required against a target model portfolio. Step 2. An orchestrator router dispatches orders dynamically across multiple blockchain networks deployed on JPMorgan's Kinexys digital assets platform. Step 3. Cross-chain interoperability protocols Axelar and Layer 0 securely validate and relay messages between EVM and non-EVM chains, including Avalanche and Provenance. Step 4. Fund token smart contracts automatically mint or burn fund units using the ODAFAC token standard. Step 5. Account abstraction through Biconomy infrastructure covers all gas fees behind the scenes, delivering a completely frictionless experience for the end user. The result? Tens of thousands of portfolios containing alternative assets automatically rebalanced at scales, simultaneously, with zero manual intervention. This is finance running on autopilot. The human layer, ecosystem of the creator economy. While machines automate capital, humans are rewriting the rules of attention. The modern media landscape has undergone a seismic shift from passive consumption to active participation. Today, 9 billion monthly active users are spread across global social platforms. Creators, consumers, and brands are locked in a powerful triangle. Creators produce content. Consumers give their attention and spending. Brands follow the money, and the attention follows the creators. The new currencies of this economy? Spending and attention. And the numbers prove it. 24.7% of all global digital ad spend has now shifted to social platforms and content creators. Creator-led campaigns deliver 35% higher return on ad spend compared to traditional industry channels. The gatekeeper era of media is over. Creators no longer follow trends, they set them. Bypassing the gatekeepers, media's decentralized future. Traditional media operated like a funnel, a narrow channel, controlled by editors, studios, and network executives who decided what the world would see. That funnel has been shattered. Armies of independent creators have replaced legacy editorial gatekeepers. What once required a studio now requires a smartphone. What once required a publisher now requires a platform. But the evolution does not stop there. The next frontier is AI avatars, scalable, tireless digital extensions of human creators, able to produce, publish, and promote around the clock without burnout. And for creators who reach scale, a new imperative emerges: professionalization. Multi-million-dollar solo operations now require professional M&A structures, intellectual property management, and diversified revenue stream subscriptions, brand deals, e-commerce to sustain longevity in a system that rewards output relentlessly. The creator is not just a content producer. The creator is now a business. The blueprint for digital wealth, the AI era. Income is no longer earned. It is engineered. The old model trading time for money is being replaced by autonomous cash flow loops. The blueprint for digital wealth in the AI era has 4 layers. Layer 1, human capital, the foundation. Developing intellectual capital and separating income generation from time expenditure. Your knowledge becomes the engine. Layer 2, digital assets. Owning scalable, non-rivalrous assets, patents, apps, intellectual property, tokenized equity that generate cash flow 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Layer 3, AI agents. Deploying automated systems for market monitoring, micro-arbitrage identification, and predictive forecasting working while you sleep. Layer 4, autonomous infrastructure, the apex. Fully automated software as a service funnels and algorithmic trading systems requiring zero manual input. Each layer amplifies the one below it. Each layer reduces your dependence on human time. This is not passive income. This is engineered sovereignty. Scaling to sovereignty, the network state roadmap. And when digital wealth reaches critical mass, it does not stay digital. It materializes into something entirely new, the network state. The concept is bold: cloud first, land last, build million-person online communities, align them economically, and eventually materialize them into recognized physical territories. The roadmap has 7 steps. 1. Found a startup society, an online community built around a shared moral premise. 2. Organize a network union, structure the community for collective action and an internal economy. 3. Build physical trust through in-person meetups that forge real human bonds. 4. Crowdfund nodes pool digital wealth to acquire physical co-living spaces around the world. 5. Create a network archipelago, digitally connect these distributed physical locations through mixed reality and Web3 crypto passports. 6. Conduct an on-chain census, cryptographically prove population size, GDP, and territory. And 7. Achieve diplomatic recognition, sovereign acknowledgement from legacy nation-states. This is not utopian fiction. This is a structural roadmap for the next form of human organization. Synthesis, the unified stack of the new economy. Now step back and see the full picture. These are not isolated trends. They are interlocking layers of the exact same transition from a physical analog economy to a digital autonomous one. Layer 1, the raw material. Intangibles and data, $100 trillion in value accumulation, functioning as private value, risk resolution engines. Layer 2, the transaction rails, blockchain and tokenization. Smart contracts and interoperable networks turning illiquid data and assets into liquid, programmable capital. Layer 3, the value generators, the creator economy and AI agents. Decentralized human and artificial labor, engineering autonomous cash flow loops and capturing global attention. Layer 4, the societal container, the network state. The final materialization of digital wealth into sovereign, physically distributed, cryptographically linked communities. One transition, 4 layers, one unified stack. The question is no longer whether this shift is happening. It already is. The question is, where do you position yourself within it? The new architecture of value is being built right now, layer by layer, block by block, token by token. The ones who understand the structure will be the ones who shape it.